Good morning. I welcome all my students of class 12 of Baharampur Girls Mahakali Pathshala. Due to pandemic, we have all been locked down, but life must go on. Your syllabus must be covered. You must sit for the selection test and must try to do your best in the upcoming higher secondary examination. This is my introductory class. I will give you an impression of the syllabus for class 12. The first thing first, time is very short and the syllabus is too huge for you, especially the students of science stream. Your load is huge. Comparatively, while compared with other subjects, the syllabus of English is a bit lighter. You have only 4 prose pieces, 4 poems, and a 1 act play. The prose, The Ice Habit by Ruskin Bond, Strong Roots by APJ Abdul Kalam, Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes, and 3 questions by Leo Tolstoy. And the poems you have On Killing a Tree by G.F. Patel, Asleep in the Valley by Arthur Rimbaud, Shall I Compare Thee by William Shakespeare, and The Poetry of Earth by John Keats. You have a 1 act play by Anton Chekhov. Now let me discuss about the question pattern, the marks division rather. You all know that you have 20 marks in project and 80 marks in theory. This theory paper consists of 2 parts, part A and part B. Part B is the MCQ and ACQ part. In part B, you have 20 marks. There will be 4 MCQs from the prose, 4 MCQs from the poems, and 4 MCQs from the 1 act play. These 12 questions are compulsory. There is no option. You have to attempt all of them, each carrying 1 mark. So there is 12 marks. And then you have ACQs, you have to attempt 4 questions from prose, 4 from poems, and there is no ACQ from the play. But in the prose section, there will be 8 questions. You have to write the answer of only 4. So 4 out of 8. And same from the poem section, there will be 8 questions and you have to attempt 4 out of 8. And from the play, there is no SQ type question. So you have to attempt 4 SQ type from prose and 4 SQ type from poems. So it is 8. 12 plus 8 is 20 marks. Now let's come to the part A section. There will be 5 questions. You have to write 2 questions from prose, 2 questions from poems, and 1 question from the play. There will be 4 questions carrying 6 marks from the prose section. Out of 4, you have to write 2. From the poetry section, there will be 4 questions, each carrying 6. Out of 4, you have to write 2. And in the play section, there will be 3 questions and you have to attempt only 1. So altogether, you have to write the answer of 5 broad questions, each carrying 6 marks. So 6 into 5 is 30. Then you will have 10 marks in textual grammars. The same that you have in class 11, but the only addition is there is a section that is error correction. That is the new thing for you. And 6 other, these are do as directed type questions. That is change the voice, change the mode of narration and make it simple, make it complex. Then join, splitting, change of degree. These sort of grammar questions, and all these are textual. And you have a passage taken from the text, your syllabus, with 6 blanks. You have to fill in the blanks with appropriate articles and prepositions. There will be 6 blanks, each carrying half marks, so it is 3. And do as directed 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, and error correction 1, that is 10. So you have textual grammar of 10 marks. Then you will have a passage that is for unseen comprehension. There will be 4 true and false, each carrying 1 marks, and 3 questions carrying 2 marks. So 3 into 2 is 6, 4 for true and false, and 6 for answer the following questions. 3 questions there will be. So 10 marks in the unseen comprehension. And in the writing section, there will be 10 marks. So 30 marks in broad answer type, 10 marks in grammar, 10 marks in unseen comprehension, and 10 in writing. So altogether this is 60 part A, and part B you have 20. So the theory paper is 80. তাহলে বুঝতে পারলে তোমাদের 80 নম্বর থিওরি, তার মধ্যে 20 নম্বর পার্ট বি আর 60 নম্বর পার্ট এ। পার্ট বি তে আছে এমসিকিউ 12 নম্বরের, সেটা থাকবে 4টে প্রোজ পিস থেকে, 4টে কবিতা থেকে, আর একটা নাটক থেকে। সেটাই কোনো অপশন নেই, তোমাকে 12টাই অ্যাটেম্প্ট করতে হবে। আর প্লে থেকে কোনো শর্ট আনসার টাইপ থাকবে না। শর্ট আনসার টাইপ কোয়েশ্চেন থাকবে প্রোজ থেকে 8টা, তোমাকে লিখতে হবে 4টে, আর পোয়েট্রি থেকে 8টা, তোমাকে লিখতে হবে 4টে। তাহলে 4টে 4টে 8টা এসএ কিউ 8 নম্বরের, আর 12 নম্বরের এমসিকিউ। তাহলে পার্ট বি হলো 20 নম্বরের। আর পার্ট এ 60 নম্বরের, সেখানে বড় প্রশ্নের উত্তর তোমাকে দিতে হবে 5টা, 2টো প্রোজ থেকে, 2টো পোয়েট্রি থেকে, একটা প্লে থেকে। প্রোজে থাকবে 4টে প্রশ্ন, তোমাকে লিখতে হবে 2টো, কবিতায় থাকবে 4টে প্রশ্ন, তোমাকে লিখতে হবে 2টো, আর নাটকে থাকবে 3টে প্রশ্ন, তোমাকে লিখতে হবে একটা। প্রত্যেকটা প্রশ্নে 6 নম্বর করে আছে, তাহলে 5 ইন্টু 6 30 নম্বর তোমার ব্রড প্রশ্ন। আর তারপরে আছে 10 নম্বর গ্রামার। এই 10 নম্বরের গ্রামারের সবটাই তুমি 11-এ শিখেছো, শুধু 12-এ এরার কারেকশন বলে একটা নতুন জিনিস 1 নম্বরের আছে। সেখানে 3 নম্বর থাকবে ফিল ইন দ্য ব্ল্যাঙ্কস উইথ অ্যাপ্রোপ্রিয়েট আর্টিকেলস অ্যান্ড প্রিপোজিশনস, আর 6টা থাকবে ডু অ্যাজ ডাইরেক্টেড, যেমন ভয়েস চেঞ্জ, ন্যারেশন, মেক ইট সিম্পল, মেক ইট কমপ্লেক্স, জয়েন, স্প্লিটিং, চেঞ্জ অফ ডিগ্রি, অ্যাফার্মেটিভ, নেগেটিভ, এগুলো। আর 1 নম্বর থাকবে এরার কারেকশন, সেটা টেক্সটের একটা লাইন তুলে দেওয়া হবে, তার মধ্যে একটা শব্দ ভুল থাকবে, তোমাকে 3টে অপশন দেওয়া হবে, তোমাকে সঠিক শব্দটা সেই ভুল শব্দের বদলে লিখতে হবে। আর ফিল ইন দ্য ব্ল্যাঙ্কসে থাকবে 6টা শূন্যস্থান, তোমাকে 6টা আর্টিকেল প্রিপোজিশন দিয়ে শূন্যস্থানটা পূরণ করতে হবে। 10 নম্বর চলে গেল টেক্সচুয়াল গ্রামারে। পরের 10 নম্বর হচ্ছে আনসিন কম্প্রিহেনশন। সেখানে একটা প্যাসেজ থাকবে, তোমাকে 4টে ট্রু অ্যান্ড ফলস লিখতে হবে, আর 3টে 2 নম্বরের প্রশ্নের উত্তর দিতে হবে। 2 নম্বরের 3টে প্রশ্ন মানে 6, আর 4টে ট্রু অ্যান্ড ফলস মানে 4, তাহলে 10 নম্বর চলে গেল আনসিন কম্প্রিহেনশন। আর রাইটিং সেকশনে থাকছে 10 নম্বর, তাহলে 30 নম্বর বড় প্রশ্নের উত্তর, 10 নম্বর গ্রামার, 10 নম্বর কম্প্রিহেনশন, 10 নম্বর রাইটিং, 60 নম্বর পার্ট এ, আর পার্ট বি 20 নম্বর, তাহলে মোট হলো 80 নম্বরের থিওরি পেপার। আর সিলেবাস তো তোমাদের টেক্সটেই আছে, সেগুলো তো বুঝতে পেরেছো। তাহলে লেটস স্টার্ট টুডে with Strong Roots by APJ Abdul Kalam. Every year I start with our beloved People's President. This is a sort of a homage to this great soul, so I start with Strong Roots. Now you have to get ready with your pencil, with your text, and with your highlighter. Now, another important thing, before the text, there is an introduction or pretext, and questions come from this area. So you have to read thoroughly the pretext. I will give you some additional points here. Strong Roots, this text is the part of the autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. This is the first chapter. Write it down. This is the first chapter of the autobiography of Dr. Kalam. This autobiography was published in 1999. It was jointly written by Dr. Kalam and Arun Tiwari. And this part, The Strong Roots, is the first chapter of this autobiography. Now come to the text. Abul Pakir Jainalabdin Abdul Kalam, underline the full name of Dr. Kalam, 1931 to 2015, was one of the pioneers of aerospace engineering in India. You know the meaning of pioneers? Leaders. তাহলে aerospace engineering তিনি একজন পথপ্রদর্শক. For a major part of his life, he worked as a scientist in Indian space programs. মহাকাশ অভিযানের সাথে তিনি যুক্ত. সবটাই কেটেছে সেখানে. Some of his famous works underline are India 2020, Ignited Minds, Wings of Fire. So question may come from this section. Write the name of Dr. Kalam's literary work. So you have to write either India 2020 or Ignited Minds or Wings of Fire. He was the 11th president, I think, of India from 2002 to 2007, and he was called People's President. He was so popular among the commoners, among the ordinary people of India, that he was called the People's President. Now, this portion, the second paragraph, keep this portion within brackets. This portion may be used in your answers as introduction. This is the substance of this text you have. So learn it and bring it in your answer. Strong Roots is an extract from Dr. Kalam's autobiography, Wings of Fire. In this extract, he, that is Dr. Kalam, talks about his childhood in his hometown. The piece presents a delightful sketch of the author's early life. This sketch is a verbal sketch. Here sketch means description, and the development of his spiritual growth. We all know that he is a great scientist, a man of science, but he was also a spiritually enlightened person, a great soul. Now, you have to go through the texts thoroughly in order to answer the MCQs and the SAQs. If you just go through the notes without reading between the lines, you won't be able to answer the MCQs or the SAQs. And if you aspire to get to score a decent marks in English, you have to go through the text thoroughly. ভালো নম্বর যদি পেতে হয় টেক্সট থরলি পড়তে হবে, নোটস পড়ে হবে না, কারণ এমসিকিউস এসিকিউস গুলো আসবে প্রত্যেকটা লাইন থেকে। তাহলে হাইলাইট করো, রাইট ফ্রম দ্য বিগিনিং। I was born into a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameswaram. Question will come from this line. Rameswaram is in Pamban Island. Let me spell it. Pamban, Pamban Island, in the erstwhile Madras state. You know, now there is no state named Madras, that is Tamil Nadu, but under the British rule, This Tamil Nadu was named as Madras state, erstwhile, that is old. My father, highlight, Jainal Abdin, take care of the spelling, had neither much formal education nor much wealth. That means my father was not conventionally educated. He didn't have any degrees and he was not rich. Despite, in spite of these disadvantages, two disadvantages have been mentioned here. One is he lacked formal education and two is he lacked riches. প্রথাগত লেখাপড়া তার ছিল না এবং প্রচুর টাকা পয়সাও তার ছিল না, তা সত্ত্বেও আন্ডারলাইন highlight he possessed means had, তার ছিল highlight great innate wisdom. The new word is innate means inborn wisdom. কিন্তু তিনি জন্মসূত্রেই জ্ঞানী and a true generosity of spirit. Generosity means kindness, willingness to help others. Here spirit means heart, broadness of his heart. He had an ideal helpmate in my mother, underline Ashiamma. So questions will come. Name of his parents, Jainal Abdin and Ashiamma. I do not recall. The meaning of recall is remember the exact number of people she fed every day. Here lies her greatness. In the previous line, we have learned that Dr. Kalam's father had no wealth, didn't have much wealth. So he was not a rich person, but his wife used to feed every day many guests. How could this possible? They don't have plenty of money, but they had big hearts to host the guests. But I am quite certain that far more outsiders ate with us than all the members of our own family put together. This is something striking. So many guests used to take lunch there, and the number of guests was greater than the number of family members, since though they did not have much wealth, much money. My parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple, made for each other. My mother's new word, lineage. Write the meaning of this word, ancestry, বংশ পরিচয়, ANCESTRY, was the more distinguished, that is greater, known, renowned. One of her new word, underline, forebears. Meaning of forebears, পূর্বপুরুষ, ancestor, ANCESTORS, having been bestowed, new word, underline, offered, the title honor of Bahadur by the British. Bahadur is an Indian word meaning courageous, a man of valor. It is a peerage. এটা একটা খেতাব, একটা উপাধি, যেটা শৌর্যের জন্য, সাহসিকতার জন্য সিপাহীদের দেয়া হতো। তাহলে আমার মায়ের পরিবারের একজন পূর্বপুরুষ, তিনি বাহাদুর, এই খেতাব পেয়েছিলেন ব্রিটিশ গভর্নমেন্টের কাছ থেকে যুদ্ধক্ষেত্রে তার বীরত্বের জন্য। আমার মায়ের পরিবার বাবার পরিবারের চেয়ে বেশি প্রসিদ্ধ। I was one of many children. So he had siblings. And now highlight the description of boy Kalam. A short boy with rather undistinguished looks. Dr. Kalam has been very humble here. He said that he had undistinguished looks, but we all know, we all appreciate, we all admire his awe inspiring appearance. That short man, rather black, with silver, curly hair, shining eyes, is something ached in our hearts. Born to tall and handsome parents. While giving description of his own appearance, he is also depicting his parents. They were tall and handsome. Unfortunately, boy Kalam was short and rather undistinguished looks, that is common, ordinary. We lived in our highlight ancestral house which was built highlight in the middle of the 19th century. Question will come from this section. Describe the house. It was a fairly large pakka house, another Indian word getting into English, pakka, made of bricks, made of limestone and brick, highlight, on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. So question will come from this section. Description of boy Kalam, description of his parents, description of their house, and the address of his resident. My austere new word, plain and simple, Shadashide, father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. তাহলে যে মানুষটি সাদাসিধে তার জীবনযাত্রা কেমন হবে? সাদাসিধে কোনো বাড়তি স্বাচ্ছন্দ্য বিলাসিতা তার জীবনে ছিল না. However, all necessities were provided for. There are some basic needs of each and every human being. That is in terms of shelter, clothes, food, medicines. So these necessities were provided for in terms of food, medicine or clothing. In fact, I would say mine was a very secure childhood, underline, materially and emotionally. This is a very important line. You may have childhood materially sound, but emotionally it is not sound. You may have everything you want, but you may lack in love, care from your parents. But here Dr. Kalam says that his childhood was very secure, both materially and emotionally. They were provided with the basic needs of life, and they were also provided with the basic care, love from his parents and his siblings. Now, I am going to call it a day. So go through the text thoroughly, and if you have any questions, you may write in the comment section, and tomorrow there will be another class for you. Have a good day.